They're the outer space people. That's what I call them.
To be totally honest with you, teach college.
I do, and you look so familiar.
You're in college?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just graduated from there. Were you
Okay.
at graduation?
I was.
Which commencement did you?
Oh my God, that was
Thank
amazing.
you.
That's how I recognize
Yeah, I've
you.
never had any teach anatomy, but I
Yeah.
was like, that's a name that I would recognize.
Yeah. I mean, we all talked about your speech
Oh, I'm
afterwards.
so glad. I
I
really loved it.
several people said that they even liked it better than the keynote or felt more connected to
Oh,
it.
thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I am not one to like speak like that, but I just like as soon as they like sent out the email, I just had this like feeling that I like had to do it, and like it just wrote itself. So
Oh, that's so neat. And I heard that your parents didn't know. Is that
yeah,
correct?
yeah.
Well, how
Thanks
did
for
they
letting them know.
respond?
They were so surprised. Like my boyfriend's parents didn't know, my friends that were coming didn't know, and so
And when you saw them afterwards, how did
they
they?
were shocked. They were like, couldn't believe it. They were so happy
Oh,
too.
I love that you kept that secret. I don't know if I could have kept that secret.
I don't live with my parents, so it was easier.
Yeah. I'm so bad. I can't get Christmas presents until Christmas Eve because
I
I
know.
give them all away. Hey, Devin. All right. Welcome to yoga. I'm Philomena and I'll be guiding you over the next 3 hours. Oh my God, no. We're going to start a crocodile pose, also known as alligator pose. You're going to lay on your belly and you can stack your forearms and put your forehead right on your forearms. Feet traditionally are kind of like frog feet, although your knees are straight, just your feet out to the side. But if that feels a little like too much on your knees and hips, just put your feet however they feel comfortable. And this is such a great posture to get to know your breath. Have a sense of where you're breathing right now. Notice the quality of your breath. And take about 3 to 4 breath cycles to incrementally increase the length of your inhale and extend your exhale. Here's a spot, here's a spot, there's a spot, there's one. And what you're up to really is taking air into your abdominal region, your belly region, into your rib region, and all the way up to your collarbones. And then slowly exhaling, belly, ribs, collarbones. You're going to move plenty today, but for these few moments, you're looking for stillness. Can you be still? Can you hold that stillness for the people around you? About 3 more slow inhales, followed by exhales. Consider the sides of your lungs, the backs of your lungs, the bottoms, the tops. Just blowing air into every nook and cranny of your lungs. Then reach your right arm straight out in front of you. So, right by your ear, right out in front of you. And then you're going to roll over onto your right side, resting your head on your right arm. Tense your fingertips right in front of your chest. And then you're going to lift your left leg straight up towards the ceiling and down towards your foot. You got 14 more of those slow leg lifts. You're after fire in the side of your leg, up by your waist. Thinking about those muscles that abduct your leg, causing your leg to lift up. Now, these are the same muscles that have to work really hard for you when you're in postures like airplane and half moon. Yep, that's it. So wake them up. Relax every other part of your body, your jaw, your eyes. I don't know if you've ever watched the Tour de France, but the goal there is for every single calorie just to be spent on the legs. The rest of the body is really at ease because you don't want to waste any calories on tension in your forehead, tension in your jaw. Same way here. You want to take all of that calorie burning, that contraction into the leg while the rest of the body is at ease. You probably have what? 4 more? 5 more? So we'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to your belly. And then slide your way into a tabletop position. Extend that left leg back, the leg that you just lifted up in the air. And then you're going to cross that leg and land the ball of your foot on the outside of your right foot. And then take a big C-shaped bend. Look back at your foot and stretch those muscles that just worked for you. Nice breathing. Come back to center. Extend that leg long once again. Right leg out in front of you and elbow to knee and stretch it out. Just a couple of these, just warming up the body. You can do them kind of quickly because the next time you're stretched out, bend your left knee, reach back and capture your ankle with your hand and stretch out your shoulders. Just open up that shoulder, make it feel good. Lift your foot way up towards the ceiling. Release, stretch it out long again. Hand and knee down to the floor. One cat and cow. So arch the middle of your back up towards the ceiling. Sink your belly down. Find your neutral spine and downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Let's breathe in together. All the air out. Inhale up into your tippy toes. Bend your knees, hover your knees above the mat about an inch or two. Tilt your tailbone up towards the ceiling and straighten your knees as you press your heels down to the floor. Twice more. Way up into your tippy toes. Yeah, there's a spot right here for you. Bend your knees and hover. Tilt your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Straighten your knees and press your heels down to the floor. Last time, way up onto your tippy toes. Bend your knees and hover. Tilt your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Straighten your knees and press your heels down to the floor. Big breath in. All the air out and move to the front of your mat. Halfway lift and fold. Bend your knees substantially so that your torso is flush against your thighs. So you're bending your knees so much that your belly button is connecting to your thighs. Keep that deep knee bend. Create a box with your arms. And tuck your chin so that your head is in the frame of your arms. Swing right and left. Slow or fast. If your feet are close together, heel to them apart a bit. Get a nice big base. Come back to center and stillness. Rest there for a moment. Release your bind and inhale all the way up to stand. Arms up towards the ceiling. Look up with your heart. Hands to heart center. 1 Om to start. Breathe it in. Release your hands by your side. Inhale your arms up. Bend your knees and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. High push up. Lower all the way down to the mat. Move your hands to the base of your spine. 3 cobra postures. Lift your heart up towards the center of the room and exhale down. Come up a little bit further in this next cobra pose. Heart up towards the center of the room and down. Next one, you can transition into upward facing dog. Straighten your elbows, but keep them a little bit bent. Downward facing dog. Roll out to a high push up and lower your body the whole way down to the mat. Extend your left arm out straight towards the center of the room or in front of you and roll over onto your left side. Tent your fingertips in front of your chest and start to lift your right leg up towards the ceiling about 15 to 50 times. Really flex your ankles. Really flex your ankles. So it's less about speed and much more about muscle strength. Attempt to not use momentum. Instead, you're using strength. And I think we have about 7 more ish. That's good. Usually takes about, I don't know, 2 or 3 to really start to feel the burn for me. Good. And if you get to a place where you feel yourself muscling through it, relax. Relax your jaw, your shoulders. Let the muscles that are doing the work really do the work. 15. All right. Thank you. And come on back to your belly. Slink up to a tabletop position. Stretch that right leg out and cross it over the plane of your body. Look back at your foot and that big C-shaped bend there, stretching out those lateral leg muscles. Stay for another breath cycle and exhale further into that stretch. Stretch your leg and your arm out. I got to quit putting my butt in the whole class's face, but stretch your arm and your leg out and go into that knee and elbow crunch. This is just about getting heat. Yep. 2 to 3 of these babies just to get some heat in your spine, and then stretch out long, bend your back knee, reach back and clasp your hand on your foot and open up that shoulder. Oh, give it some love. Release, stretch it out long, put your hands on the floor, go into your cow or your dog, feel that tilt in your pelvic bowl. Keep that and move into downward facing dog with your pelvic tilt. Take a deep breath in. Air out and move forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stand. Extension in your spine. Look up towards the ceiling. Hands through heart center. Fold. Halfway lift. High to low push up. You could go to the floor and do that cobra again. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Breathe the air in. Push it out. Step to the head of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stand. And fold. Good. Keep breathing out the whole time. Halfway lift. This is the hard part. High to low push up, breathing out the whole time. Breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. There it is. Upward facing dog. Nice. Downward facing dog. Long inhale. Slow exhale. Step to the head of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stand. Fold. Halfway lift. High to low push up. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Breathe it in. All of it out. And step up to the head of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reach. Even the tips of your fingertips. Fold. Halfway lift. High to low push up. Remember, this is where you want to slow it down. Upward facing dog. Nice. Downward facing dog. Move your right foot to the outside of your right hand and lower your left knee straight down on the floor. Lizard lunge. Put your hand on your right knee and draw a circle with that knee. Take it out to the side, straighten your knee, and push it forward. About 3 circles in this direction. The next time your knee is oriented forward, pause, straighten your knee, and take your knee out to the side and come forward. You got about 2 more of these circles, really paying attention to that hip area. Then bend your knee at 90, humble warrior. Flatten your back foot on the floor. Interlace your fingers at your low back and lift your arms up and breathe for God's sake. That's it. 2 more. Last one. Reach up for your warrior 1 and stay for 3. 2. Last one. Hands down to the mat. High push up. Slow, low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left-sided lizard lunge. Put your left foot on the outside of your left foot. Draw a circle with that knee. So press the knee forward, out to the side. Good. Just really paying attention to what you're feeling in that hip area. Notice all those sticky spots, and then reverse the direction of your circle. The next time your knee's oriented forward, take it out to the side first and straight back. Ensure that your knee is right over your ankle. Humble warrior. Flatten your back foot. Interlace your fingers at your low back and use that strong core. Good. Your torso oriented right on the inside of your left thigh. So go down so deep that your body's on the inside of your left thigh. Nice, Charles. Release your bind up into your warrior one. And we've got 3 breaths together. So in. Good. Another big in. Beautiful. Last breath cycle. Hands down to the mat. High push up. Really draw in those abdominal muscles. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Step to the head of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair posture and stay. Inhale your arms up. This part's important. Straighten your knees and take your palms up towards the ceiling. Really feel that stretch in your shoulder girdle. Back down into your chair. So this stretch is all about the shoulders. Really wring them out. Lift those hands way up towards the ceiling and then back down into your chair. Next time you're in your chair, stay in your chair and fold. Halfway lift. High to low push up. Suck the air in, upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Step to the head of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair. Fold. Halfway lift. High to low push up. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Right-sided warrior. Move your right foot up to your right hand. Arms up towards the ceiling. Hands down to the mat. High to low. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Left-sided warrior. Nice. Go with your pace. Hands down to the mat. High to low push up. So Jane and Allison, everybody's pretty much on fire out in this room. So go ahead and catch the ride. Step to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair. Fold. I feel like I can't go fast enough. Halfway lift. High to low. That's it. Burn it off, people. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Right-sided warrior. There's a spot here and here for you if you'd like. Down to the mat. High to low. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Left-sided warrior. Hands down to the mat. High push up. Low push up. Downward facing dog. You got here just on time. I had a friend who would always purposely get to class 20 minutes late because she never liked the sun salutations. Is that your plan? That's fantastic. Lift your right leg in the air. Bend your right knee. We're not going to flip the dog. We're going to go into wild thing. Keep your left knee straight and flip your dog. Keep your left knee straight and come up on the ball of your right foot. Ball of your right foot. Long, long line from your fingertips the whole way to your foot, your toe. And come back to center. We're going to do a little bit of a different side plank. You're going to take your left foot, bend your left knee, and put it in front of you. So left foot, bending your front knee, putting it in front of you. Arm up towards the ceiling. And now you're just going to dip that hip down just slightly and lift it up. This is more about a stretch than it is about work. So dip the hip down and lift it up. Dip the hip down and lift it up. So you want to switch legs there, Charles. Yeah, the bottom leg is straight and the other leg is bent. You'll get it right on the other side. Okay, high push up, low push up, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. So lift your left leg in the air. You're going to lift your left leg in the air. Bend your left knee. Keep your right knee straight. Flip it on over, but keep your right knee straight. Keep the edge of your right foot on the floor. Come up on the ball of your left foot and really reach long. You want to feel stretch in your armpits. Okay, left-sided plank. Put your left arm down. Left leg stays on the bottom straight. Bend your right knee with your knee flex, arm up, and now you're just going to dip that hip down and lift it up. We want that side stretch, that lateral line stretch in the legs. After about your third one, hands down to the mat. High push up, low push up, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Right sided crescent lunge. So crescent lunge is a rest pose. So enjoy the rest of crescent lunge. Yeah, that's it. Get settled. If you need to put your hands on your hips for a moment to get yourself back together, recollected. Remember, if you can regulate your breath, you can regulate your emotions. Such a powerful realization. Twist to the right. That's it. Get control of your breathing. Open up your arms. Let the air come into your lungs for 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Breathe it in. Back up into your chair posture. And warrior 2 for 5 breath cycles. So spend about a breath cycle sculpting this posture. Getting your arms out long. Good. Now you're in for 3 more. Let's do this together as well. In and out. Last 2. Breathe it in. Let it go. Final breath cycle. Flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. Straighten your right leg and go into that big C-shaped bend like we started today. Huge side body bend. Extended side angle. Bend your right knee and go into your extended side angle. Good. Get that long line from finger to foot. If you feel that C-shaped bend here, you don't want it. So you might need to come up out of it just a little bit, to get the spine straight. So an extended side angle, you're looking for a straight spine, not a C-shaped bend spine. Beautiful. Hands down to the mat, high to low push-up. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Left-sided crescent lunge. Move your left foot forward. Inhale your arms up. Feel that great stretch on the front side of your right thigh. Yeah, so maybe bounce a little bit with that to really get that stretch, that opening there in those flexor muscles. Go for your twist, hands to heart center, and twist to your left. Right elbow over your knee. Yeah, nice adjustments. Once you get that connection, lift your right hip up just a little bit, Erin. Nice, nice. Think about your pelvic bowl being level. Open up your arms, and you got 2 more. In and out. Last one. Nice, Charles. Breathe in. Let it go. Back up into your crescent and warrior 2. 5 on this side too. So take a moment or 2 to check out your feet, to get your pelvic bowl right below your torso. Arms out. Good. Let's coordinate. 3, 2. Last one. Flip your front palm, reverse, and straighten your front leg. So straighten your front leg. You want that huge, yes, feel that. Get some relief in that side body bend. Down into extended side angle. Remember the same thing from the other side. You're asking for that spine to be straight. Yes, it's on an angle, but you want that angle to be straight. So use your mind's eye, your proprioception, and determine if it's straight or not. Be honest with yourself. If it's not quite straight, then just come out just slightly to straighten that spine. Feel that difference? Looks beautiful. Hands down to the mat, high to low push-up. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Step forward to the head of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair posture, way down into your chair. Take your butt back and down. Another way to think of it is you want your heart above the plane of your butt. So heart up, butt down. Feel that angle. Twist to the right. Mm. Good. Let's harmonize this breath. Together in and out. One more. Breathe it in. Let it go. And forward fold. Peace fingers around your big toes. Maybe separate your feet somewhat to get a bigger base. Relax your head. Bless you, bless you. Release your bind. Heel toe your feet to the edges of your mat. Low goddess squat. Way down into your low goddess squat. Get some tension between your elbows and your knees. Press your hands together and lift up just a bit. You can stay here or take this into crow. We're going to be playing around for about 3 breath cycles. If you want crow, you can see Charles demonstrating it here, really bringing those feet together. Yes, that's it, Allison. Good. You found your edge, baby. That's what it's about. Beautiful. High push-up or low push-up, rather. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Step forward to the head of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Good. That's it. Stay calm. You want to go into this twist with ease. So gently into the twist, no momentum, using your core strength. Good. And it's so tempting to want to go kind of tight here. Make yourself easy, really easy. Open up your arms. The easier you are, the more you're going to be able to breathe slowly, which will create even more ease throughout your body. It's this cycle of ease, easy body, easy breath, back up into your chair posture and fold. Step on your palms, gorilla pose. That's it. Keep the breath moving. Release your bind, inversion of your choice. One way to do this, which is a lot of fun, is to go into your crow posture and then keep letting your head fall down towards the floor into your tripod and lift your legs up over your head for your tripod and then bring your knees back to your elbows and go back into your crow. It's so fun. It is so fun. That's it. Now back into your crow, Sue. There you go. There you go. Oh, beautiful. That's it. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. Yes. All right. We're going to do that fetal child's pose. Bring your knees together. Take your arms back and put your forehead down on the floor. This is newborn, I think I said fetal. Newborn child pose. I guess the fetus does this too, maybe. Just stretch out that lower back. All right. Swing your hands out in front of you, downward facing dog. Step to the head of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And move to stand. Reach your arms up. Right-sided eagle posture. You can always take this on the floor too. Right-sided eagle. So wrap your right arm under, right leg over. Good. There's your focus. Right-sided standing leg raise. Grab that right knee. Release your arm bind. Grab your right knee. Take it out to the side. So we're going to kind of dance through these postures. It's so fun. It's like a choreographed dance. Come back to center. Dance your way into dancing Shiva by switching your grip and reaching behind you. So you're just going to go the other way, honey. Grab the other foot. Yep. Come back to center. Airplane pose. And half moon pose. Take your right knee down to the floor and rest it behind your right ankle. Right knee on the floor behind your right ankle. And then sit your butt right down on the floor. Twisting, seated twist. You're going to take your elbow over that knee and go for a twist. Yes. And now you're twisting that way. Yeah, very nice. Keep your feet tangled up like that. Roll forward and move into a standing position with your legs crossed, keeping your legs crossed. So you're just leaning forward, stand up, keep your legs crossed. And this is a great side body stretch for you runners out there. I even like to rock forward and back on my feet just to feel that stretch. Uncross your legs and inhale up to stand, left sided eagle. So remember, we're just going to dance from one posture to the next. Standing leg raise. As soon as you get that balance, take your foot out to the side. That's it, Sarah. Left side. I thought, what's wrong? Bring your knee back to center, dancing Shiva. Airplane. Half moon. Open it up. And your lifted knee, put it down on the floor right behind your ankle. So that lifted knee goes right behind the ankle, and you're just sitting right down. Your legs will be crossed and just going to flow right into that twist. Again, just really go the other way. Yep. Keep going that way. Look back at those people. There you go. Inhale, long spine. Exhale into the twist. Come back to center. Lean forward and come up to a standing position with your legs crossed. And then just shift your weight around your feet. You could shift your weight sort of in a circular pattern around the edges of your feet. And then maybe the opposite way, just finding those sticky spots to really stretch it out. And uncross your legs. And inhale up to stand, right-sided standing bow or dancer's posture. Go ahead and grab your foot or your ankle. Good. Arm up. And go into your pose. Good. Just another breath cycle here. And switch to the other side. So this one is just to stretch it out. The next one will hold a bit longer. So left-sided standing bow. Good. Keep lifting that foot up, 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 up. And release. Set up on the other side. This time, 5 breath cycles. As you're here, keep lifting that foot above the plane of your head. So way up. Feel a sense of lift coming from your whole body. Now remember that left hip that you worked earlier? You want to move your right hip down. You're going to work those muscles on the outside of your hip that you were burning at the beginning of class. That's what you're up to. And release. Other side. Good. You guys are really burning some stuff off. I can feel it. Stay with it. Keep that fire burning. Good. Lift it up. 3 more in and out. Last 2 breath cycles. 1 final breath in and release. Right-sided tree posture. You can always take this on the floor if that would feel better for you. Right-sided tree posture. Put your right foot on the inside of your ankle or your calf, your thigh. Now together as a group, slow down your breathing. Other side. That's it. Good control. And release. Inhale both of your arms up towards the ceiling. Bend your knees and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, downward facing dog. Go right into downward facing dog and right-sided triangle posture. Right-sided triangle. Really shift your pelvic bowl towards the space behind you and up towards the ceiling. Feel that shift, and you'll get more of a stretch on the front or the middle or midline, medial line of your front leg, your right leg. And then reach your fingertips up, up, up. Yes. Nice adjustments. 5-star, come up to a standing position with your arms spread out wide. Even orient your feet out to the edges of your mat. High goddess squat. Go down into a high goddess squat. You might have to shift your feet together somewhat to get them right underneath your ankles. And you're going to twist to the right, twist back to center, and twist to the other. Add the breath. Inhale and twist. Inhale and twist. Last set. There it is. Come back to center and go back into your 5-star. Put your hands on your hips, pigeon toe your feet somewhat together, and go into a wide leg forward fold. This next stretch is very subtle. I might not even be able to see it, but you're just going to lift your right hip up towards the ceiling slightly, bring it down, and then your left hip up towards the ceiling and back. So it's just this side movement of your pelvic bowl. Very subtle. You don't have to bend your knees. You're just lifting, tilting your pelvic bowl up on the right and then up on the left, keeping the rest of your body as still as possible and noticing those subtle lines of stretch. Tense your fingertips out in front of you about 2 or 3 feet. Come on up to stand, splits. Orient your body towards your right foot. Lower your left knee down to the floor and inch your right foot forward for splits. If you happen to have 2 blocks, they're nice to have underneath each hand to try to keep the spine as long as possible. But you're asking for that foot. And if you don't have 2 blocks, you could use your core strength to do what I'm trying to do. I'm just hoping I don't rip anything like my pants. But yeah, just going to keep stretching that foot, sliding that foot forward. Getting that big, huge, juicy stretch. I don't know if you noticed, but today's a lot about the legs. So we're just getting that leg stretch, stretch, stretch. All right, every man for himself. You're going to downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left-sided triangle. Move your left foot forward for triangle posture. So straighten your left knee. So make your left knee straight. So in triangle, we usually make this knee straight. Yep, that's it. And you could even rest your fingertips on your water bottle here to come up out of it even more. Come on your fingertips. Yes, do you feel how that lengthens your spine? Really ask that pelvic bowl to go to the wall or space behind you and up towards the ceiling. Good. One more big inhale. And exhale. Inhale yourself up to 5-star. So in 5 stars, the toes are kind of pointed out. Arms are out. You're stretching as far apart as you possibly can, and down into your high goddess. Heel toe your feet together enough to get your ankles lined up with your knees. That pelvic bowl, decide which way it needs to tilt so you can get the bowl right underneath your spine, right? As lined up as you can. Up onto the balls of your feet. Tap your heels down and back up onto the balls of your feet. Yes, we're going to do 5 of those. Good. I think we're around 3-ish. Yeah, way up onto the balls of your feet and down, getting into those lower leg muscles. And 5 stars once again. Interlace your fingers at your low back, pigeon toe your feet slightly, and go into your wide leg forward fold with a bind. Reach those arms towards the floor. Stay with this bind. It is very tempting to come out of this bind and say, I've had enough of the bind. So good for your shoulders. If you're finding it excruciating to stay in this bind, then just pulse. Take your hands down to your sacrum, your lower back, and then lift them back up. But you want to get some space in that shoulder girdle. And release. Inhale, up to stand, splits. So the left leg now is right out in front of you, and you're sliding that ankle, that heel forward. I find it easiest just to kind of go into a lunge to start and put my right knee down on the floor and then just say, please, please do something, body. I think I told a bunch of you that Lisa Taylor calls me the Tin Man. I'm living proof if I can do yoga, anybody can do yoga. So keep asking that ankle or that heel rather to slide forward. Stay with it. Keep breathing. Wish I knew another joke. It really does help to laugh a little bit when you're in these kind of postures because it relaxes your body and your muscles. Maybe think of something funny that happened to you recently. All right. Come on out of it. Downward facing dog. Walk your feet way up to your hands. Look forward like little Flintstone feet. Lift your right leg in the air. Bend your left knee and 5 hops. Right leg up towards the ceiling. Catch some air time. 5 little hops. Those hamstrings are all stretched out for you right now. After your 5th hop, come down to your knees. High heroes pose. Tuck your toes under. Lift your right arm up to the ceiling, bend your right elbow, reach under and grab your hands. You could take a bind. Ask that elbow to go back towards the wall behind you. Really stretch out that armpit area. Hi, guys. All right, dive it on down. Downward facing dog. Flintstone your toes up towards your feet. Look forward. This part's really important. Look forward. Lift your left leg in the air and little hops. So we're more concerned about air time. Yes, that's it. Get that cardio going. Beautiful. Oh, there. That was great air time. Yes. The next time you do this, really pull that knee into your chest. Yes. All right. Hi, here, host. Lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. Tuck your toes under. Make sure they're tucked under. Left arm up towards the ceiling and go for that bind. Once again, interlace your fingers. If you have a towel or a strap, you can always let it dangle and grab your fingers. But this is one of the few things I can do. So I like to show everybody how I can touch my fingers together. All right. Release. Tense your fingertips out in front of you. Untuck your toes, put your toenails on the floor, and lift your knees up. Stretch out the tops of your feet. Sometimes if it's helpful if you just lift one knee at a time, just a little bit. Yeah, if you can't get them both up. All right. Swing your legs out in front of you, mummy arms and lower down to the floor. Bridge pose. We're doing three breaths, 5 breaths, 7 breaths. So if you want to stay and wheel the whole time, knock yourself up. Up for bridge. 1. And 2 breaths. 3rd breath cycle. And down you go. Bridge or wheel for 5 breaths. Like I said, you could always stay up the whole time if you prefer. We're going for 5. 4. Yes, let it out. 3. 2. Final breath cycle. If you want that rest in between, tuck your chin, come on down, and we're going up for 7. 7 deliberate, long, slow inhalations and exhalations. Beautiful, Paige. Check in with those chakras from your root the whole way up to the crown of your head. All those circuits freely moving. Nice job, John. Beautiful lines. Good. 3 more. Breathe in and out. Last couple breaths. Get what you need right now and tuck your chin. Supta Baddha Konasana. Put the soles of your feet together. Let gravity have its way with your legs. Just surrender. Move your hands to the base of your ribs. Move the air into your hands. Blow up your belly. Get grounded. Feel the earth underneath you. Happy baby. Grab the soles of your feet, rock left and right. And then hug your knees into your chest and rock forward and back to boat posture. We're going to build the boat. Sit like I'm sitting with your feet flat on the floor and your knees bent. Put your hands behind your thighs. Pull on your thighs. That'll engage some of your back muscles to give you that long spine. You can stay right there. If you want a little more fire, arms out. Even more tapas, you can go ahead and alternate your heel lifts. If you would like to lift both of the legs for the traditional boat posture, by all means do so. We're going to do 2 more of these. And then rest your feet back on the floor. Wrap your arms around your shins. Put your forehead down towards your shins. Second boat, hands behind your thighs, long spine, arms out. Do the alternating. Some of you are already ahead of me. That's great. And then you can lift both legs. I'm never ahead of the teacher during ab work. Yes, we both got the charge. Do you feel it? Me too. I feel like I'm being electrocuted. All right, feet down, arms around your shins. Put your forehead towards your knees. Last boat posture. Build it up. The reason why this stage is so important is so you get that length in your spine. You don't want to be rounded for your boat. Your boat will sink if it's rounded. And arms out. Alternate those lifts or go into the full lift. Beautiful, Suzanne. Nice core. Nice, Sue. Yep. Nice, Laura. Looks great. Yes. Nice focus there, Tori. And then release. Put your hands around your shins, forehead to your knees. And then swing it around. Move into downward facing dog and roll out to a high push up, forearm plank. Forearm plank. Yes, this is how we're finishing the core work. Forearm plank. Lift your right foot up, tap it on the outside of your mat, bring it back, left foot up, tap it on the outside of the mat. 2 more sets. 2 more sets. Yes, breathe. Breathe for your neighbor. Breathe for the people that you're struggling with in your life. Breathe. And come on down. Sphinx pose. Separate your hands just a little bit. Lift that big old heart up. We're going to do 2 more sets of those, okay? Just a little different variation. I know. All right. Core work. Forearm plank. Lift your butt up. Now lift your butt up. We're going to pulse it for 10. Butt up just a little bit and down. That's 9, 8. Count with me. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower her down. Your Sphinx pose. Separate your forearms just a bit and lift that heart of yours up towards the center of the space you're in. Back down into your forearm plank. Again, lift it up. This time we're going to take the right hip and dive it down to the right. Let it tap down. Left hip, tap it down. Just 5. Okay, we're at 4. All right, we're at 3. We're at dos. And uno mas. All right, down you go into your Sphinx pose. Just as we started, crocodile pose. Stack your forearms. Put your forehead on your forearms and let your feet just flop out to the side. Right-sided half pigeon. I recommend going into downward facing dog and then moving into your right-sided half pigeon. It does feel warmer in here, doesn't it, than at 7 this morning? Oh, I have to talk to Jane for a second. How's it going there, Jane? And Allison? That's it. Relax into your half pigeon. Other side. Oh man, your face is so close to your leg right now. Could just say, thank you, leg. You did so much for me today and every day. Some of you have the flexibility to even give your leg a little kiss. Frog pose on the wall or on your mat. Do what you can not to put your butt in someone's face. But that happens. Don't get mad at anybody else. It's mine. Move your right knee further to the right or your left, whichever one is on a smoother surface. Those of you in reclining, you could have the weight of your hands on your inner thighs to coax your legs down towards the floor. Your next destination is seated single leg extension. Extend your right leg out and your left leg on the inside. So right leg's out, left leg's on the inside. We're going to do a lateral bend. Take your right hand and put it underneath your right calf. If you have the flexibility, you could put it underneath your right heel. You take your opposite arm and go. Now you want that C-shaped bend, kind of like we started today when you did that tabletop with your leg crossing over the other foot. The same idea. You want the C-shaped bend. Now, some of you have the flexibility to take that hand the whole way down to your foot. Probably, yeah. If you peek back there at Victoria, she's got that going on. But you're after this kind of very uncomfortable ripping sensation across the outside of your left ribs. You feel your skin stretching, your armpit stretching. I know I'm projecting my own feelings onto you. Okay, the other way. Same idea. Put your hand underneath your calf or your foot, opposite arm by your ear. Trying to keep that spine just in a C shape, not rounding forward, but in a C shape lateral flexion line. Good. I like putting my hand underneath my calf so I have something to grab onto. You might not need that. A lot of these stretchy poses, I find I need to find something to grab onto for dear life just to make the thing happen. So flip your hand the other way. So it's more like this. And then slide. Yeah. And then keep that shoulder down and reaching up and feel this stretch. Come back to center. Stretch both legs out in front of you. Bend your knees a little bit, especially if you're stiff, and grab your feet. If you're more of a flexy person, you don't have to bend your knees. But inhale, get your spine long, and exhale, heart down towards your feet. Go ahead and round now with your head towards your knees. Take your hands back for reverse tabletop. Press into your hands. If you want that reverse plank, it's a little more challenging. You keep your knees straight. Or if you would like this neat shoulder stretch, draw a big circle with your whole body, getting in that pectoral girdle, your shoulder girdle, and then reverse the direction. And come on down, fish posture. Put the tips of your fingers right underneath the tops of your butt cheeks. Bend your elbows and rest down on your forearms. Think about your heart, your sternum going straight up towards the ceiling. You're in fish. This is it. If your neck appreciates it, go ahead and let your head drift back down towards the floor. If you're like, oh my goodness, no, then lift your head up. You might have to work some neck muscles, but that's cool. And then release, let it go. Inversion of your choice, block underneath your sacrum would probably be the most restorative. If you want that shoulder stand, take your legs back behind you, make little mittens with your hands, put them at your lower back, and lift your hips up towards the ceiling along with your legs. Instead of eye towels today, we're just going to let a little cool air drift in from the outside. If you're in if you're in shoulder stand, move back into your plow. Let your toes rest down onto the floor. Come rolling on out. Supine twist to the right. And supine twist to the left. Supta Baddha Konasana. Shavasana. Start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Rock your head left and right. Bend your knees. Roll over onto your right side. Move to a seated position. Put your hands on your knees, pull on your knees, lengthen your spine. Inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. 3 rolling ohms. As soon as you're finished with one, start the next. Breath in. Om. Om. Instead of clapping, look at your neighbor and say namaste. 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 Do I look funny? Oh, do I look funny? Oh, okay. You guys looked at me and started cracking like my hair must be doing something crazy. Oh yes, namaste, namaste, namaste. I see what you're saying. Hey, thank you everyone. Have a good rest of your weekend.